Heidi ho, good neighbors, and welcome back to Terraria. It's the middle of the night and storming. Something I did not intend for, unfortunately. This just kind of happens to be where I stopped working on our base. Which now has its own rope ladder heading up to it. Let's head up and take a look around, shall we? Oh yeah. Now, I have to admit, a lot of it is wood, even though it should be stone. I intend to replace that kind of gradually because, well, I could have gotten a lot more stone by, like, mining out caverns and stuff, but I didn't want to go exploring too much unless we found, like, because we could have found something exciting and it would have been off screen. So yeah, we got these towers. And I'm going to put platforms here. In fact, let me... Yeah, there we go. And each of these will be a room. So we're going to have... I'm thinking merchant down here. And this crafting area may or may not be temporary. I'm not sure yet. And then we've got this... this big pagoda kind of main tower area. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I know, it's all very unfinished and half-assed. It's still a work in progress. I just did not care to do more at the point that it was last night that I stopped playing. Because it was starting to get kind of late. Also, it's flooded a bit because I broke some rain clouds. I... Actually, we might be able to do something about that right now. Let's see. We've got more than 3 iron, so... Actually, we're gonna need an anvil. Luckily, Red Bull gives you wings. Not sponsored by Red Bull. Red Bull is absolutely disgusting. I just know. Wait, did I go past the... No, I didn't. Okay. Alright, so I'll take this anvil, and we've got room in our inventory for a table and chair. Oops. Oh, one thing I should mention is I fought a few harpies while I was building the citadel there, and got these feather items. They're not going to be useful until way later in the game. But they're there. Until we get the citadel there as, a town with actual, people living in it, we will have to deal with enemies invading the citadel from time to time. And I'm going to make these rooms probably a fair bit fancier every now and again. It's just, there's only so... Get out of there. This is for Xavier, the, gun guy. Another thing I'm going to do is... There we go. Of course, I'll need a door now. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Except I need a platform to do that. That should be fine. Not a platform, a workbench. Right. Here we are. One wooden door coming right up. There we go. Now it'll be easier to enter the citadel. I won't have to constantly climb over the wall there. Get rid of some bilge there. Awesome possum. What else are we gonna need? Well, we're gonna need the merchant up there, that's for sure. Fallen star, awesome. Brings us up to 6, along with some of the ones that I happen to find while building the citadel. I don't need another workbench, so that should be fine. I'm curious, am I able to turn brightness up a bit so it's easier for people to see during the nighttime? Doesn't seem like it. Oh well. Now, it's important to note that we're making a very significant sacrifice by having all of our townsfolk in one centralized location. As of the Journey's End update, the game wants you to build lots of tiny little towns scattered all across your game world in all sorts of different biomes and different layers of the map, and it's a huge pain in the fucking ass. So, we're going to have slightly higher prices from our vendors because their happiness will be lower, but my happiness will be higher because I won't have to go all over the fucking world to find some guy who sells torches or some shit. Seriously, the villager happiness mechanic from Journey's End is the worst game design change I could ever conceive of. I don't know what the fuck Relogic was smoking when they came up with that. I hate it. Hands down, I hate it. Fallen Star, yes. Okay. Time to give the merchant his little cubby hole here. Gonna need another table. Should be fine. And I know, I said I was gonna do this stuff off screen, but like I say, it was just, that will be good for Mr. Gus the Merchant. Awesome. And I do not want the angler living in my main chambers there, so I'll find a place for him later. In the meanwhile, we are going to need to find some cobweb. To that end, excuse me, to that end, we might do some spelunking. No, what we're going to do is, or maybe... Alright, oh, here. And I'll move that treasure chest and its contents up to the Citadel some other time. A vile mushroom. Gel. Alright, that should be plenty of inventory space for us to go spelunking. Now, this little area I dug out whilst collecting stone for some of the Citadel there. Oh, that's interesting. If I hold down, it lets me sink down, but as soon as I let go of down, I float right back up. Well, that's handy. Okay, so... put a shine potion on. I probably should have done that while I was giving a tour of the Citadel in the dark, but... since it's our main headquarters, I think we'll have plenty of opportunity to see it in the daylight as well. And as I say, as I naturally collect more stone, I will just gradually replace the wooden bits that are supposed to be stone with said stone. It'll be fantastic. Hub up. There we are. Now, it's a little early in the game to be digging a elevator, so I'm just going to keep going until we find another chasm, or cavern, or whatever the hell, where we will be liable to find cavern goodies, such as, but not limited to, treasure chests, or naked women standing around that we can steal metal detectors from. I'm not even joking, that's an actual thing. Fuck man, there's lots of stuff we can find underground. This inner tube is quickly becoming one of my favorite accessories, I have to say. It looks ridiculous, and I wish I actually... There! Now it doesn't look like I'm wearing a tutu anymore. Instead, I'm just Yvette from the Oblongs with cactus armor on. That's just great. You ever seen that show, The Oblongs? If not, you totally should. It's only like one very short season long, so you can probably knock it out in the course of like one Saturday. It is hilarious. Very dark humor, but hilarious dark humor. Yeah. But yeah, while I was building the Citadel, I hopped in the general voice chat of my Discord server, the Brian's Floating Citadel, for those who don't know, which is no one because currently all of my subscribers are from said Citadel. But if you're watching from the future, then hey, how's it going? Anyway, yeah, I jumped in there just to keep myself entertained whilst silently laboring away on the... Ooh, we got silver ore. Laboring away on the... Ooh. Awesome possum. On the Citadel. And during that time, I had the revelation that the head of the Capricorn set, without the rest of the set, just kind of reminds me of Yvette from that show. Because the way it kind of looks like an alien with a blonde ponytail. And just to drive the point home, I set my Discord profile picture to an actual screenshot of Yvette from that show. Part of me wishes I had been recording for that, because it would have made an interesting podcast, I suppose, but oh well. Features include, but are not limited to, discussing cursed videos that I have found, courtesy of Netflix, of all things, or, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Another great show. Alright, Where the hell is my cobweb? Oh, there it is. Alright, I've got 42, that's abysmal, but better than nothing, I suppose. Oh, that's right, I have a shine potion. I don't know why I felt the need to bring out the glow stick, but that is fine. One benefit of... Oh, God! Oh, that was almost disastrous. One benefit of having the enchanted boomerang, as I was about to say, is that it does glow in the dark, providing a slight light source. Ooh, I'm hearing the mushroom music. I think I'm seeing the mushroom glow below. Oh, I need air. I haven't been launched 10 feet in the air after resurfacing with the inner tube since that first time. Which is fine, because I was recording for that first time, so at least, you know, it's there for posterity. People know it happened at least once. But I'm wondering what caused that to happen that first time. Because I was kind of expecting that to be the rule rather than the exception to the rule, and that I would get launched up every time, which sounds amazing. I'm going to take a sip of coffee now, pardon me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I did not mean to burp into the mic. It was a full moon last night, so naturally I didn't sleep well. I never sleep well on the nights of full moons. I don't know why. I'm not a werewolf. I promise. Probably. Anyway, I don't know. I just never do. So I'm a bit groggy. And when I get groggy, I get a little bit loopy. It's bound to happen. That's all I'm saying. Which should be interesting, because as soon as I'm done recording this episode of Terraria, I promised that I would record what's a concept I like to think of as cursed web browsing, where we're going to go to Reddit and try to find some hilarious... Oh, that's interesting. I need air. There we go. Barely even took any drowning damage. Awesome. But yeah, we're gonna go to Reddit and try to find some interesting stuff for my library of cursed images. For the uninitiated, we're not talking about like actual paranormal voodoo cursed here. We're talking about the slang definition of like it's hard to explain. Things, I guess, that are uncomfortable to look at, but not gross or shocking, I suppose. Like, I feel like there's a very important difference between cursed images and shock images. Like, shock images are, ooh, we got double jump. Which is, not super important since we got wings, amazingly, but hey, it's there. Alright, I guess I'll equip the stupid shark. Oh, fuck. I did indeed forget that I was underwater. Oh no, I dropped 7 gold. Oh, that's unfortunate. I kind of miss World of Warcraft, where there's always an arrow that points you right back to the last place you died. That's handy. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah. Shock images is stuff like, in my mind anyway, shock images would be stuff like, you know, gore or literal feces, weird, you know, actual make you want to throw up shit like that, whereas cursed images is just stuff with a very bizarre sense of humor to it, or, you know, just stuff that's uncomfortable but not super uncomfortable to look at. I guess it's hard to define. You'll probably know the kind of thing I'm talking about once you see where I'm going with it. This shark. I really don't like this shark. It doesn't look right. Oh, that's another important aspect of. I climbed over the wall anyway, even though we have a front door now. Yeah. Ah, damn it. Ugh. Excuse me. I meant to turn away from the mic, but that sneeze kind of snuck up on me. My apologies. Anyway, this shark here has front-facing eyes. And that static smile, it's just... So much about this just does not look right. It does not look like it belongs in a Terraria game, for one thing. It's the uncanny valley, which is another aspect that I find hilarious about what I define as cursed images. So, I suppose that's as good a segue as any. We really did not make much progress this episode, did we? In fact, if anything, we made anti-progress because I dropped 7 gold when I died while spelunking. But let's at least make some silk. Okay, we've got over 20 silk, which means we might be able to make another piece. Or not? Question mark. No, we need 10 stars for the other pieces. I was thinking it was 5 each, but no, no. Well, I'm not ending this episode until we get enough stars. Like, the moon was fairly to the left there, so it was just rising. We should be good to go. We need stars. We need them now. Hell yeah, dude. You know, when I first started playing Terraria, in order to get a mana bar upgrade, you had to craft 10 stars together. Playing a mage was actually difficult back then. But then they lowered it to 5 stars, and then they lowered it again to 3 stars. So, yeah. Mages got some buffs. Whoa. Fallen star. Awesome possum. It occurs to me now that we have wings. Alright, we got the 10 we need, but I'm gonna keep looking for fallen stars, because, hey presto, we may as well. But we probably should get out of the corruption as soon as possible, so that we're not overwhelmed by the army of the damned. My shine potion wore off. That's just great. Did not mean to, recall. I'm gonna left click it to drink it instead of throw it on the ground like a moron. That'd be great. Then we're gonna head right. I've got a good feeling about right as far as fallen stars go. Maybe Big Cliff Desert will have some stars. That's what I'm calling it now, since it's just a giant cliff that leads up to this monolith of a desert. Such weird world generation. Like, we got wings on a sky island that was like almost directly above the spawn point, and then we got Big Cliff Desert. I mean, what the hell else are we gonna find? Yeah, excuse me, I'm very sinusy today because the weather has been rapidly changing into winter where I live. But the show must go on, so I will try to contain that as much as possible so that you don't have to hear my disgusting phlegm. The ice biome. I don't know if you're more likely to get stars by exploring a large swath of land, or if you're more likely to get stars by staying in more or less the same place and just kind of pacing back and forth, hoping they spawn near you. I don't really know, but I'm going to see what I can do. We'll need 40 silk, because there's 20 for each of the remaining pieces, but we're only going to need 10 stars each. So if I can get all 20 stars before sunrise, that would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. Da 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 da. Phenomenal. Oh, that's right. They added new achievements to the game. I was really confused there for a hot second. I thought I stumbled across a cutscene with weird dialogue suddenly, which would have really flabbergasted me. I like the word flabbergast. It sounds like some sort of evil professor. I'm Professor Flabbergast, and I'm going to melt your flesh off with this weird puddle of green goo that I got from milking a weird cow. I don't know. $18 stars, but we're butt-puckeringly close to sunrise, so let's see how we're gonna do. 19 stars. Alright, just gonna... that's the daylight music. Damn! We were 1 star away from being done with star hunting. That sucks. Well, guess we'll get back to the Citadel and craft the next piece of our Capricorn armor. We'll go through the front door this time. That shark is freaking me out, man. I don't dislike sharks, I dislike that shark specifically, because it's just... I hate it. I hate it. And... Where the hell is it? Was it 20 stars per piece? What the hell? Wait, what the hell? Oh. Silk and dirt? The fuck? Alright, I'm fucking getting the fucking recipe, because this is a load of baloney. Silver dye. I completely forgot silver dye. On the bright side, it's only 5 stars per piece, so that's nice, I guess. We need to kill a boss. Which means there's only one thing for it. Shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, we're obviously not going to be able to kill a boss right now because it's daylight, but I can at the very least get an arena going. Oh yeah. A very crude arena, but an arena nonetheless. We've got wings, we've got a jumpy do, so even though we don't have the grappling hook yet, we got that, so cool. I don't think we'll have any problem fighting the Eye of Cthulhu in the next episode. But I figure I may as well finish building this arena before I stop recording. You might be wondering why I'm building an arena. Well, you'll see once we start fighting Eye of Cthulhu. We're gonna need let's make it several layers. We don't need too many though. Yeah. I think this should be plenty to fight Cthulhu with. And we'll be watched over by this Medusa statue here. Maybe the Medusa statue has been Ruby all along. The lore that I'm making up and pulling out of my ass as we go. I don't know. Terraria does actually have its own lore, but I'm not fully aware of all of it. Anyway, prepare yourselves, because in the next episode, we are going to fight the Eye of Cthulhu. In the meanwhile, I will see you another time, perhaps. Thanks for watching.